bad policy. Maybe it's with a company that just hasn't performed. Maybe it was set up poorly where I have nothing in cash value or a very small percentage and it's going to take me 12 years to break even. What should I do? What are my options? What if I already started it and I don't want to lose the money that I paid in? Right, so these options that we're going to present here are important to be aware of. So the first thing we have, depending on how old the policy is, let's assume I started a policy, it wasn't set up right, it's not performing. What I can do is a 1035 exchange. What this is transferring my current cash value from an account to a new one. When I execute a 1035 exchange, what happens is the existing policy, so the old account has money in it, it has a premium associated with it, and then it also has a death benefit. Is I'm going to transfer this over to a new policy. So how it works, with the new policy, I now can custom design the premium and PUA ratios, right? What do we always go over? My money can go towards insurance premium or cash. How do I minimize my expenses and maximize my cash? So I can customize that. The present cash value from my old account will be rolled over. This will be a tax-free exchange. So as the transfer rolls over, there are no taxes due on that. How it works, especially if I'm making payments to the new policy, is that transfer is going to function as a large PUA deposit. The nice thing about this as well is I can often exceed the 10x ratio. Meaning, if I have a $2,000 per year premium, I can pay in how much per year as a max? 10 times that is $20,000. With a 1035 exchange, that 1035 exchange amount can go up to 20 times that premium as far as the amount. So I can really infuse a policy with cash in that sense. And then I can set my MEC limit and death benefit wherever I like as well. Now when I transfer the old one, that is closed out. So premiums no longer exist on that. The death benefit's gone. Everything's dead. With a new policy, the advantage is I'm rolling everything over to a new, more efficient policy, which is good. The disadvantage is that this is a new policy. What's that mean? Well, even though I set it up right, year one, what happens? I've got to go through that premium expense. The first year, could be the first 2 years, the insurance company is going to overcharge me for the cost of insurance. So it's going to take, if I've got a 1035 exchange, a lot of times we can get our break even between years 2 and 5, but still, I'm going to take that first year hit. So that's the drawback. The clear advantage is I get an early break even point, I design the new policy properly, and I can get everything right moving forward. So that's my first option, the 1035 exchange. Now let's say I just started a policy. So I started a new policy, I found out it was bad. With every life insurance policy and every life insurance company, I have what is called a free look period. And what this is, depending on the state I reside and the insurance company that the policy is with, this will be anywhere from 10 to 30 days. What this free look consists of is from the day I make the first premium payment and also sign off on the delivery requirements stating this is the policy I'm going to go with, I have between 10 and 30 days, depends on the company and the state that I reside in, to completely cancel it. For whatever reason, I could just not like the color of the insurance company, whatever it might be. If I cancel it, I get a full refund. That policy is completely gone. No questions asked. It's a nice way to get out of it if I catch that it's a poorly designed policy, bad company, something I didn't like. or I found out after the fact. So that'd be option 2. Next, let's say I'm beyond that free look. I just started a policy. I have what's called a reissue. This is a great option that a lot of people are not aware of. Now, I can typically only do this for the first 90 days of a policy, the first 3 months. And that 90 days start from my issue date. This is often going to be when I make that first payment and sign off on the delivery requirements. What this reissue is if I take a policy out, let's say I've got a $20,000 MEC limit and I'm paying in $20K per year, but my premium's $10,000 and then I only have $10,000 going towards PUAs. It's not efficiently designed. This reissue allows me to completely redesign the policy however I want. No underwriting. I can make the policy larger. Let me back up. No medical underwriting. I don't have to go through another exam. I can make the policy larger. I can shrink the premium. I can custom design it to make sure it's set up properly. If I do it within this 90-day period, I simply let the company know, here's what I want. It's reissued. I have to sign off on the new delivery requirements. If I want to pay in more money, I've got to make the additional contribution. If I want to pay in less, I'm going to get a refund for what I already paid in. If I found out that I overcommitted to a policy and I want to reissue it to get it as small as I can, maybe because I want to redirect my money elsewhere, and I don't want to just abandon what I've already paid into the account, what will happen is I'll get a refund for the difference. Whatever I paid into the old one, let's say I paid in on day 1 $30,000, found out it was set up horribly, I'm able to reissue it. Where I have a policy where I only pay in $5,000 a year, well, what's going to happen is the excess funds, that extra $25K, I'm going to get a refund for. So a reissue is a nice option to be aware of, especially if I catch something within the first 90 days. A lot of people aren't aware of this. The last option, which we don't really advise, if we found out it was just horrible, it's taking forever to break even, it's just not a fit for our goals, is we can cancel the policy. Again, we want to see what we can salvage first, if we can get the maximum amount of money out of it that we paid in. But it is an option, right? Just like we can continue to stick with it, wait till I recapture my money or break even. This is really meant to provide options in education. So we can 1035 exchange a policy. That is transferring cash value from an old account to a new account. If we catch it very early, we can free look the policy, meaning get a full refund as if it never happened. 3, we've got the policy reissue, which we can make changes to the policy. We can readjust our MEC limit, which is really nice, and pay in more or pay in less. Redirect how much is going towards premium, how much is going towards cash. And then the 4th option, which we wouldn't recommend, but it is possible, is we can cancel the policy altogether. Hope this helps.